Long ago, before the clang of coins grew louder than the whisper of wisdom, there lived a powerful man in the great city of Ireton. His name was Chief Abanio, a man whose wealth was so vast it seemed to have no end. His houses were like small castles, his land stretched beyond the horizon, and his name was a password to respect throughout the land of Ajoka. When Chief Abanio passed, heads would bow, not from fear, but from the sheer weight of his influence. Yet, within the walls of his grand estate, a quiet sorrow lingered. Chief Abanio had 2 wives. His first, a gentle and loving soul, had tragically passed away in the hospital while giving birth to their first child. That child was a daughter, and they named her Tina. From the moment she took her first breath, Tina became the living memory of her mother, the sole treasure left behind. Chief Abanio, heartbroken, channeled all his love into his daughter. He vowed to shield her from every hardship, to ensure no shadow of pain ever crossed her path. But love without wisdom can curdle into a curse. Tina grew up wrapped in a cocoon of unimaginable comfort. Servants anticipated her every wish. Tutors, intimidated by her father's power, hesitated to correct her mistakes. Elders in the community learned to look away when she acted out. Her path was paved with privilege. When it was time for school, Tina would simply wander into her father's expansive garage and pick any car she desired. Luxury wasn't a treat, it was the very air she breathed. Slowly, inevitably, this constant comfort began to warp her character. Pride took root in her heart and grew like a thorny weed. She stopped greeting elders with the respect they were due. She would openly mock those less fortunate, her laughter sharp and cruel. She started to believe that her family's wealth made her superior, untouchable. One evening, as the setting sun painted the sky in shades of orange and purple, Tina prepared for a grand party. She demanded the keys to her father's prized Chevrolet, a magnificent car that was the envy of all Ireton. As always, the keys were given to her without a single question. She sped through the bustling streets, music blaring from speakers, basking in the admiring glances her car attracted. And then she saw her, an old woman, standing by the roadside, a small pile of yams arranged neatly on a mat before her. The woman's clothes were faded and worn thin. Her face was a map of a long, hard life. She stood there quietly, her posture humble, hoping to make enough sales to see her through another day. Tina saw her, but what she felt was not compassion. It was contempt. Instead of slowing down or driving around, Tina deliberately swerved. She drove her gleaming Chevrolet straight through a large, muddy puddle right beside the old woman. A wave of dirty brown water erupted, drenching the woman from head to toe, spattering her yams with mud. Tina looked back, a smirk on her face, and let out a cold, mocking laugh before speeding away into the twilight. Some onlookers, recognizing the chief's daughter, foolishly joined in the laughter, amplifying the old woman's humiliation. The woman stood there, dripping, silent, her dignity stripped away in a public spectacle. She said nothing. She simply gathered her soiled yams, hoisted her basket, and began the slow walk home. Once inside her small, simple house, she went directly to her inner room, a sacred space where her ancestral idols rested. She knelt down, the weight of the insult heavy in her heart, and she began to speak. Her voice was calm, but her words carried an ancient power. She made a solemn declaration to the spirits. Unless Tina the girl who had wronged her returned to that very spot to kneel and beg for forgiveness, the immense wealth of Chief Abanio would wither and disappear like mist in the morning sun. From that night forward, unseen forces began to stir. The tide of fortune turned against Chief Abanio. Lucrative business deals that were all but certain suddenly collapsed. Partners who had been loyal for decades mysteriously backed away. Money poured out of his accounts like a river, but the streams that once fed it had all run dry. Chief Abanio was baffled. He sold one property, then another, hoping to stem the bleeding. Cars from his famous garage were sold. Vast tracts of land were auctioned off, but the financial hemorrhage wouldn't stop. In a shockingly short time, the man who once had the means to feed a small army found himself struggling to put food on his own family's table. The great Chief Abanio, once the pinnacle of power and prosperity, was reduced to the humbling act of begging for scraps. It was only then, in the depths of his ruin, that the truth began to dawn on him. It wasn't a bad investment or a treacherous partner that had brought him down. It was pride. Pride had blinded his family, and that blindness had led directly to their destruction. What wisdom and humility could have protected, arrogance had utterly destroyed. This story teaches us a powerful lesson. Pride is a dangerous poison because it blinds us long before it destroys us. It makes the powerful forget their own humanity. It makes the rich believe that their fortune is permanent, that tomorrow is guaranteed. But life is unpredictable. No matter your status, how much money you have, or how respected your name is, humility is your greatest shield. Treat every person with respect, especially the poor, the vulnerable, and the elderly. You never know when your destiny might be intertwined with the very people you attempted to look down upon. Kindness costs nothing, but a lack of it can cost you everything. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a like and subscribe for more tales of wisdom. And don't forget to share it with someone who might need to hear this message today. Thank you for watching.